What is up, everybody? This is the Cosmic Review, and I'm currently sick. I'm sick as a bug. But I decided to get my sick ass off of the floor and go see Sonic the Hedgehog 3. This movie is peak, by the way, and I saw it on Thursday for the early access screening in Dolby Cinemas, which, may I say, was fantastic. And I saw it today, which is Saturday the 21st at the time of this recording, and I loved it both times. But if you've seen the thumbnail, you know this video, I should say, will have heavy. So that's what I will be doing. I will be going into four spoilers on this film, telling you what I didn't like, what I loved, and what I thought was okay. I and how the comedy and how I thought on that, and how the plot synopsis was. Thankfully, I loved this film, and they've already announced Sonic 4 for a spring 2027 release date, which is a 2.5-year wait. I did the math, so you didn't have to. So, this comedy in this film was really, really good. I liked how it felt like it could stand on its own 2 feet without having the norms of the other ones. Because I didn't like the cringy humor. And Shadow was insane in this film. I loved the overall concept of him, how they made him different, and how he, the battles. But let's start with the beginning of the film. We open on Prison Island, and Shadow is currently being held. And the guy on the right is one of the directors of the Knuckles show. I don't know his name, but I know he's worked for that. But, this film was currently being worked on during the actor strike, so it was kind of a blessing in the fact that Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles do not require, on-stage actors. So that's why we got so much action and so little, and I mean very little human interactions in this film. Because the humans didn't start recording their lines and, going on stage until, February this year, I think. But Shadow kicked ass in this film. I also liked how a lot of the characters had their own role. Like, Tails had his own little character arc. Sonic was, the speed of the group. Knuckles was the strength. Kind of, as a joke, he said, I am 1,000,000% muscle. And Tails was kind of like the intelligent person in this group. And I enjoyed that. And I also liked how Tails had his own little character arc. From being able to do nothing in the second one to doing a lot and providing a lot for this group. I also liked how Knuckles was kind of like the level-headed one, trying to keep people on balance and stuff, and not trying to let people overreact. I also like this reference when Tails is spinning them around. It's a reference in Tokyo. It's a reference to Sonic Heroes. And I like that a lot. I also liked the joke, the Hello Kitty or Godzilla joke. Then in the film, we go on to the Tokyo battle, which was awesome. Knuckles gets packed up. Then Shadow just takes down all of Team Sonic or Team Knuckles or Team. Then he gets a gun, which is insane. Then they go to the Chow Garden. Another one complaint that I had with this film, I didn't like how Olive Garden guy didn't have much to do. And I didn't like how he just died instantly. But, so, Shadow comes down flying with a meteor. And I think Black Doom definitely has a key part in that. I also liked how Maria was portrayed. And I like how Shadow wants to go to other worlds. He doesn't just want to stay at this one world. And I liked the relationship between Maria and Shadow and how devastating it was. And how you felt Shadow's complete sadness and just complete destruction of his entire emotions when Maria dies in the end. I also liked the heartfelt moments with Maria and how she was there's when the Earth sees a star, by the time it's dead. And it was very, very heartfelt and sad to hear. But whoever did that, you need to give them a raise because it was insane. So one thing, this is off track. Sorry if I'm stuttering during this. I just kind of have a stuttering problem when I'm recording videos, but let's go on. So yeah, that line was pure poetry, pure cinema. But I didn't like the konnichiwa joke. It was boring, in my opinion, and I didn't like it. Um, I really liked the whole Tokyo fight. I liked Gerald a lot in this film. He, I also, every shot in this film was insane. It was such an improvement from the first two. I also liked how they kept referencing Longclaw and how Sonic and Shadow are a lot alike. Also, the comedy in this film was insane. And I loved the Jim Carrey's comedy and what he brought. But this film has set a new high, giving this film an 86, the highest in the franchise on Rotten Tomatoes. I also really liked Shadow's overall ambiguity, I think it is. I also liked the Tom and Maddie relationship and how their character development, each one had more character development. I liked how they were like so bored, and then Sonic and Tails and Knuckles sent them with a mission. Like, hell yeah, man, we're so fucking bored here. When we thought that, oh, they're back and like they want to do a mission, which leads me to my next point. I really liked how Rachel was included, and I really, really liked how Randall was included. He's unironically my favorite character in this franchise. I liked how Jim Carrey was handled in this film and giving him like a nice little send off. Another theory that I have was I think Olive Garden guy is I thought he was gonna be Abe from Shadow Dark Beginnings. If you haven't seen that, it is fantastic. Please watch Shadow Dark Beginnings. I think everybody loves it. And I like how he was responsible for the death of Maria, and how Shadow hates him. And when Tom turns in to Olive Garden guy, Shadow snaps and punches him. I also really, really liked Agent Stone in this film. He has such a good role, and I liked how he remembers what Knuckles did to him. Because Knuckles says, "It's the goat milker." Then Agent Stone mocks him and says it back. That just shows how Agent Stone feels used. He doesn't feel like Ivo's friend. He feels more like a tool to Ivo. I also liked how every single frame in this film feels like art. Just pure art incarnate. I liked that relationship between Ivo and Gerald a lot. That relationship was really, really fun, and I liked how throughout the film we got to see Ivo and Gerald start drifting away, and I liked how Gerald started ticking throughout the film at him and getting upset. When he said, "You're no Maria," my entire theater went wild. I also really, really enjoyed the whole London set piece and how they handled London in this film. And how, for the first time in the series, we went international. I liked the whole montage, though, with them bonding and stuff. It was really interesting. But you know what? I also really, really liked Commander Rockwell. I think that might be controversial. I thought she was going to turn out to be Rouge, because that actress sounds like Rouge, the Bat, from SA2. And I thought it was going to be a surprise reveal. I really liked the London, the vault set piece, when in the vault. And I liked how Tom and Maddie when Tom gets punched by Shadow, the entire family is just devastated. And I like how Shadow regrets his decision instantly and sees, oh shit, Sonic's just like me. He reacts just like me to somebody that he loves being hurt. And I liked how when Sonic gets mad about that, Tails and Knuckles try and calm him down, but that leads to Knuckles to almost fighting Sonic and like completely having a full-on brawl with him. Knuckles says it's guarded by a fierce warrior, and I knew instantly that was Wade frickin' Ripple. Then Shadow, Eggman go up to the moon, and they fight each other, and Supersonic punches him out of the Shadow out of the airlock, And I was so upset seeing this shot in the trailer because like, save that for the movie, man. Don't do that in the trailer because that's such a cool shot. Then they have the most legendary dab up ever, and they go super shadow and supersonic, and it's insane. To be saying I was screaming would be an understatement. The only thing that makes me a little bit upset is that shot of Shadow when he goes, "This ends now." From now on, in the trailers, people are just gonna be like, "Oh, he's in Supersonic. He's in Super Shadow." But I was screaming and kicking like a little toddler during this scene in the film, and then seeing them go Supersonic and Super Shadow again after that, having that little heart to heart, I was screaming. Then they pull out the things from SC2, the robots. Then Shadow hits the Chaos Spears. Then finally, after that, they hit the SA2 pose. I still get goosebumps thinking about it. But then we cut to the Ivo versus Gerald fight, which is still fun. And then Ivo at the end gets stung into the reactor, the Chaos Energy. Then they have to steer it. Eggman has to steer it and try not hit the moon, which was very high stakes, and I liked how his humor changed, how it felt like he matured during this scene. Then at the end, Eggman makes the famous announcement, but in this announcement, you need fucking tissues. Um, Basically, what this announcement is him announcing to Dr. Stone that he is his friend and he truly does love him. And it made me cry. So we do not have solid video footage of the post-credit scenes, but the Metal Sonic and Amy like thing and the post-credit scene made my theater go ballistic. Both times. Both times my entire theater was screaming like a little girl getting kidnapped. I'm not saying anything, but yeah. Uh, yeah, the film was insane. I'd probably give it like an 8.5 out of 10. I just didn't like the Commander Rockwell, like how she didn't do anything in it, and I didn't like some of the jokes in it. But other than that, without further ado, roll the outro.